Alright, so I just got off the phone with someone who I've known for about 2 years now, going on 3, I think. Let's see. I've met them in 2020. Oh my goodness. I don't even fucking know. 2022, I think. And we started to get to know it. No, not true. Yes, it is true. 2022, spring semester. And then we started talking to each other fall of 2022, and then also May of 2023, or spring of 2023. Yeah. So yeah, 3 years. Going on 3 years now, and it will be probably 4 when I graduate here. And when I met this person originally, I thought they were so hot. I was like, oh my god. And not in the way that it's like, oh, this person is just like hot, but more in the way of this person is a genetically gifted, beautiful human being. I've liked tons of women my entire life, but this one blew all the other ones out of the park. Made all the other ones look really ugly. That was probably not nice to say, but also, It was just like, wow. I'd also like to say the people who say that, actually, I'm going to stay on track and then I'll cover that later. So yes, I saw them. I thought they were really cute, hot, whatever. I was talking to a friend about it who was, at the time, also knew this person existed because we were all in the same area together as resident assistants. And he was like, oh yeah, send her this meme, because we were scrolling Reddit for some reason. And like, send her this meme. And I did, and it didn't go over very well. And by go over very well, I meant it just didn't hit in the way that I would I don't know. It didn't hit. It didn't hit. That's it. It just didn't hit. So I essentially apologized to the person for making them feel whatever retarded way of uncomfortable that one might feel. And I say that only because I feel as though, A, I feel like it's wrong to have to apologize for shooting your shot. B, I think it's also really dumb that people think that they automatically feel uncomfortable by it. I can understand in some ways how it can be, but I feel like in other ways where it's just like this sly, I was going to say jab, but attempt at getting another person's attention, whether you find it cute or not. I don't know. I just don't understand how. I can in some aspects, but again, I feel like that whole label of uncomfortable has been labeled to almost everything that isn't reciprocated. So then the idea, or how I've learned, or how I just kind of figured out to do so, God fucking no, was to apologize for the said attempt and then move on. Anyway, I did so. They said that's fine. God, what else happened? This person gave me their number, and then I don't think we texted at all, really, for that rest of the semester. And then August hits, so like literally the semester ends and the summer happens in between there. And then this person hits me up and we talk. Well, no, they hit me up, and yeah, and then we talk, and then we continue talking through the time that this person hit me up on their end, and to now, actually, and it's great, and I enjoy every part of this person's existence around me, and there was a hint of just like, oh, I still, even though all that time passed, I still was like, oh man, I still kind of like this person, even though I don't know them personally, which is also just a weird thing about liking someone in general, is like you don't know them at all, and then you like them based off attraction, which is, we'll get into that later too. Anyway, but we're still friends, and then we still are. And then now I'm just like, now I don't like them in that way anymore. That's not true. I feel like I am getting over the subsequent roller coaster of really liking them and then being like, hearing, because you know how friends are, or how girls are with their male friends, or whatever, I don't know, how they talk about all of these different things regarding what's going on in their life, whether it be relationships or what have you, and the relationship talk is more of a, like a, I don't know, it's more like a one-sided sort of thing where it's like, oh, anyway, not to get into too details about what the fuck all that shit was. Anywho, yeah, that all happened. That old talk happened, and we didn't talk for like a month, and now we're back to talking as normal people. And the funny thing is, the entire time I've known this person, I've wanted this person to open up to me in like just a genuine way of like, oh, talk to me about what's going on in your day. Because normally when we talk, it's usually me talking, and so it's kind of annoying. And now I want to be the one to isolate myself, because now I don't really want to interact with this person in the way that I want them to interact, that I wanted them to interact with me in the beginning, or how I've always wanted them to interact with me. Because now that would require work, I think. Is that the problem? I can't tell what the problem is. I think the problem is that I don't want to interact with this person. But then I know that I kind of want to. So I don't know. It's really weird. I can't figure it out. Either way, the problem is that I can't tell if I'm on the way of getting over this person or if I'm on the way of like, I don't know. I think the thing is, if I want to get over them, I want to also isolate myself from them, and also just everyone I kind of know. Because everyone I kind of know is always busy all the time anyway, so it's not like I can really get to know those people as people, and while I do know some of them more than I know the other people, it's also just like, I can't... Disappearing for like 2 months sounds beautiful. I don't know why, but it just sounds absolutely amazing. I'd love to just like drop off the face of the earth. I've been obsessed with that ever since I saw, in like high school, there was a thing where someone tweeted, "I'm back, y'all," and it was like a 6-year tweet hiatus or whatever, and that one tweet went on trending, and I was like, oh, that sounds really cool. Not the whole tweet epidemic thing, but just like disappearing for a significant amount of time and then coming back. That just sounds neat. And that's something that I think I would like to do at some point. And I've always kind of wanted to do it, but haven't done, just because it's kind of hard to do things in life and not be around. I have kind of started to do that with my social media pages, in which I've either deleted them or gotten rid of them all, because ultimately I don't find social media to be very helpful, neat, cool, or just like engage me in any meaningful way. I always end up being like, oh, that's cool, this person's doing this or that. Okay. And it's never that super exciting. But anyway, I wanted to talk about some other things that I had mentioned earlier in the video. I think I forgot them all. Yeah, I don't know. It's just this whole situation is not as weird as I'm making it out to seem. It seems pretty simple. I think in some ways I made it a lot more complicated than it needed to be, but by not being... I think I've left myself with two options in this whole situation. My first option is, which is what I did, which was to trudge through being a friend with somebody who you kind of, and no real reason to have feelings for besides how they look. And then the other option is to say, hey, you're cool, I'm cool. Let's hang out more in a more authentic? No. Romantic? No. Experimental way. And see where it goes from there. And if not, then I can't be around you because that would be too difficult for said me. So, and I picked option A because I felt as though, I think one of the things was I felt as though I could just be okay with like being friends with that person and like all this stuff would be fine. In which I would say that never really works. Maybe it does work, but I think for me personally, I don't think it worked. Obviously it didn't work. And in the other part of this, what'd I do? I don't know. So I guess the whole point of this video is I don't know. I felt like while talking to this person, not the entire time, kind of towards the end, where there was like I don't want to say a buzz or a bug or like a little marble going off in the back of my brain of like what, because this person said I was distracted and I like kind of was, not the entire time, but I think I was distracted for one of the reasons being that when we talked about what did we talk about? I don't know why women do this, but they always say, I want to make a profile for you. And it's like, shut the fuck up. No. Anyway, that's what had happened. And I was like, no, I do not want one. And in that moment, I wasn't like, there wasn't a feeling of, I don't know, there wasn't like that feeling of like, oh, this person's so cool or neat and like I like them. It was just like, no, I don't want someone who I used to kind of like or used to like. I don't know. I can't figure it out. But I did not want this person to make me an account because that would be. That didn't. No. One thing is I don't like. I personally do not like social media dating. I think it's a good way to troll and to like actually, good way to troll. I don't think the relationships last very long or are genuine in any real capacity because I think, despite all the cliche things about people lying about who they are in the profiles and all that other shit, I just think it's not. I think meeting someone genuinely in real life is probably the only tried and true method of meeting someone. And while it does work for some people, I'm sure of doing online stuff, I don't think that, there's just something about it to me that seems absolutely unappealing and not worth fighting for. Who the hell is this? That's just not. I just don't like. I don't like it. I don't like it. And so, like, when you, maybe it's because I'm old-fashioned in that way, and even though, like, hearing about people meeting people through friends or through whatever, like, I feel like those also fail as well. But I feel like those also might work a lot better. I don't know. Maybe I'm just insane. But for me, I just don't. You are yuck, gross, amazing. They're amazing, they're yucky, they're gross. And of course people are going to try them because they have nothing else to do. Either because they're too afraid to go out and talk to people or what. But anyway, there's another thing I want to talk about was anyone who's like on this goes for women, because I'm a dude who likes women and I don't notice this in men, but I'm sure it's very true in men as well, but anyone who's on like a 8, 9, or 10, and I hate to put it in that, God, fuck you, in that category of attractiveness, is always attached to something or someone. And they always cannot be they cannot not be in a relationship. I've noticed this through my time of noticing people and talking to attractive women of like, oh hey, what's up? How are you? Like not even trying to date them or trying to get to know them in that way. Just like talking to them I would do this to test my theory actually. I would talk to them and then somewhere along the line there would be, oh, my partner or this person I'm seeing. Or actually those are the only two options. This person you're seeing doesn't have to be a partner, it can just be a one-time thing. But the need to be around in a relationship, I think for really, 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 really attractive people is evident. And I think it's really weird. Actually I don't think it's weird. What do I think about it actually? I think it's funny. And I think I notice it too often. Like a lot. Really, really hot people are always surrounded by something or involved in something because they cannot be alone for a second. And if they were to be alone, they wouldn't be alone. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird little theory I have. I also have a theory about, this relates to, I guess, more so Division I football players in big name schools, like they are, or I guess athletes. I don't know how to categorize this, but I've only categorized this in terms of the football players I used to watch on TV in college, who a lot of them end up in jail or whatever. And I hypothesized it was because you spent 18 years of your life playing one sport and only getting good at that one sport. So when it comes to developing relationships on any other type of level, it doesn't happen because you have to train or whatever. I think I equated like certain D1 athletes to like being a pretty girl. Like you only have that one skill, and all those other skills that you should have developed by that age are just gone. And so your options as a D1 football player, if you're really good, which is the equivalent of being really hot, is the league, and if it's not the league, then it's like being a coach at a high school that you went to, or it's now you have a better shot at being I was gonna say correspondent, but more like maybe it is a correspondent, a talking head, I don't fucking know, like a media personality for whatever team that you just played for, or whatever network that your team played in, i.e., I was gonna say Eli Apple, but it wasn't Eli Apple. I don't know who I saw, but it was some guy who played for Ohio State, who went into media, and who I think now has a full-time job. I remember actually, like his first day on the job. I wasn't there for it, but I watched it on TV on the Big Ten Network. He played for Ohio State, and then he became a media personality, talking about the teams and the football players and all that stuff. And so, doing that. And I don't know how many of those jobs are there, but I don't know. That's something that happens a lot. So I am sorry. So I don't know. Those are my thoughts on what's going on. I think for me, I feel as though I think one thing is I've also realized is that a lot of people, I don't know if this has always been a thing, or if this is just a thing with this generation due to COVID and all this other shit, or the idea of life being unaffordable. I have no fucking idea. But people wanting to be by their parents all the time, or living next to their parents. And personally, I understand it completely. However, I don't think I was raised this way. I think I just somehow got this idea, and I've been going with it, of like, your parents raised you to be by yourself and to do things yourself, right? So I feel like when you turn a certain age, you should want to go out and explore the world. And of course, your parents will always be there for the most part until they either get shot or die, not whatever, but they'll be fine. Um, I feel like there should be like I feel like you should want to go out and live on your own in a world that is ever changing and experience it. And of course, people do that, but I feel like people nowadays, people that I don't know if I hang around. Well, yeah, I guess that I hang around. Like they want to be by their parents, and I think that's totally fine. I also feel like there's just a part of me that's like, go out and do something. Are you really gonna wait till you're like 35 when they're dead to actually do something? That sounds kind of wild. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. Maybe that's crazy and stupid, but I feel like it's really hard to also develop any sort of long-lasting relationship with someone, with anyone really, in a place or with anyone who doesn't want to actually leave their personal space bubble of comfort helping with. And so, for me, think I've subconsciously realized that I have to actually move to the place I want to live first and then find somebody, because ultimately, if none of the people I know and or like now have the balls or willingness or the mental stability to actually go forth and live life in a way that's completely independent of whomever raised them, and to live by trial and error. And maybe that just kind of speaks to how men and women were raised differently. I don't fucking know. But if no one really wants to do that, then it makes it extremely difficult to actually, I don't know, lead with that. Also, like, I know it also kind of, it's like a spectrum, I would say, of like, oh, well, if they really like you, they'll do whatever the fuck you want to do, because they really, really like you. And I don't know if they're really hoping, but they also, I'm assuming, think that you like them back. So, I don't know. It's a weird little thing. I think, yeah, I think I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing that people don't do. I don't know if they will ever do it. I have one person in mind when I think of this thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's also just like, holy fuck, bro. You're like almost 30 and you haven't done shit. Maybe you've done shit, but you haven't lived anything. You haven't done anything. You've just like worked the hard life, kind of. I don't know, it's just weird. That's just weird to me. I don't get it. I don't get why you wouldn't want to go out and do something. Now, granted, if you've gone out and done things and you didn't like it and you want to just come back to what you know, that's fine too. But I think people's unwillingness to try as well is something that's just wild. And I don't think that this is going to lead to a generation of people when they're like 70 being like, oh, I wish I lived life. Maybe some of them will say that, but I don't think that they'll really care about that shit. But and I think COVID really made it a lot more prevalent to stay by whom you love or your families or whatever. Yeah, I don't fucking know. Cultural shit is interesting. Life shifts are interesting. Oh my god. I have to be at someone's place by like 9:15, and I'm not gonna make it. Fuck. I don't really want to go anyway. This is annoying. What is this shit? No, that's not. 9:30. No, not that one. Holy fuck, bro. I can't find where this place is. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Dude, am I dumb? Where the fuck is this? What the fuck? I can't find it at all anywhere. This is fucking stupid. Okay, where did the robbery take place? Because that's where this person kind of lives. Okay, anyway, okay, I'm gonna go buy lemonade because I've been sitting here. I filmed another video before this one. I don't fucking know. You know what? I think I'm gonna schedule this video for a 2-year release. You will see this in 2 years. I have filmed this on July 19th, 2024. Assuming the country's still alive. After you see this video. If you've watched all this video, thank you. I appreciate it. If you haven't, that's totally fine. I understand. Nobody likes sitting here hearing someone else talk about things. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm just glad that I put my socks all the way up to my knees so that way I didn't get bit. Fuck. God damn it. That's fine. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that's it. I guess ultimately, in summary, I screwed up in thinking that I could, as the children say, skibbity riz my way into getting this person to see something that's, I would, man, that's actually really hard not to, sorry, I'm so used to, like, talking shit to people in my head and out loud that, like, that was bad. I don't know. I don't know. I wait. No, I didn't do that. What did I do? I guess I just fucked up overall. I think it's fine because I think I'm just going to kind of do what I wanted to do ultimately. Because what I wanted to do was I wanted to. Well, actually, I don't know, because I thought about it. I thought about this person, and I was like, yeah. But then I really thought about it, and I was like, realistically, logistically, it wouldn't work, because A, we're still both doing school in our own different paths. B, I don't want to live where this person lives. I mean, I would I would live there for them, but I think I would ultimately want to move somewhere else in a way where I would want to be happy, but of course you also have to make compromises, so we would cross that bridge when we get to it. That comes with anything. And I think I would be fine with whatever compromise I would make with that person, assuming that I actually like them fully, like a year into the fucking thing. God fucking, what the fuck? Because I was actually, funny thing, I was going to do a study for my CF, and the woman who was taking my vitals, I don't know how we got on this fucking subject, but she lived in, I think, Washington, and he lived in California, or it was the opposite. Either way, they couldn't figure out where to live, and they settled on Philadelphia. Now, if you know anything about life, Philadelphia is not anywhere near California or Washington. They are very much on the opposite sides of the fucking, I almost said planet. I almost said universe that time as well. What's the goddamn country? That's it. Opposite sides of the country. And I asked this person, hey, how did you come to that, what is it called? Compromise or whatever. And she was like, essentially it sounded like she just kind of gave up and just moved with this person to Philadelphia because, I don't know, maybe, I don't know what the reasons were. Maybe children, maybe love, whatever. But I guess it's worked out ever since. If I were to be really sociological about it, when you think about life, relationships, women and men, women usually want a man who makes more than them. So if he makes more than her in whatever job that he does, assuming that he had that sort of job lined up and they moved, that could be a big reason. Or she really, really loved him. That's another big reason, which I think is a lot more likely. Yeah, I don't know. It's super interesting. It's super like, I don't know. It's just fucking weird, man. I don't know how you end up being so. How do you end up on opposite sides of the fucking country when you both originally wanted to live and once on on the opposite side of where you ended up. Because I think they both wanted to end up in, like, California or Arizona or something. And somehow they both ended up in Philadelphia because they moved. Yeah, I don't know. So, I guess that kind of shit happens. I think it speaks more to the, I don't know, the willingness of a woman to move to a man. I don't know. It's, even if they don't want to, which is also, because then you start talking about, like, okay, so then women talk about, or I don't know if it's women talk about this, or just we in society talk about women, no, not that. I guess what it is having, wanting something to work and doing anything to get that thing to work. And I think things like moving to, granted, this is a thing that they decided together because it was a compromise, which is what she told me. So maybe this has nothing to do with that, but an offshoot of that is doing something that they theoretically wouldn't do, but will do to make whatever thing that they like wanting to work. Yeah, I don't know. That's it. That's all I got. I don't know. If you're a woman, you should let me know what you think. Because I don't. Because I guess if it didn't really, if all of them, if either man or woman said no to whatever sort of compromises that were on the table, then I guess no relationships would ever work out. And so I guess it kind of makes sense that someone has to give. And I would also point out that I feel like if that is the point in which your relationship is kind of rooted in, I feel like it would be a horrible thing to actually make sure to have your relationship rooted in that, because then if there's a giant fight or whatever, and one person brings up, I did this for you, I moved from Sacramento to New Jersey for you and no one else, then it's like, I feel like the whole thing is kind of busted. You can't really repair that, but maybe you can, I don't know. Theoretically, meeting in the middle would be like Oklahoma. So, yeah, I have no idea. Anywho, that's all I have to say. I will post this video in 2 years, or you will see it in 2 years, because I don't want to have this video just be there for nothing, be filmed for nothing. I think that'd be kind of dumb. Maybe 3 years from now you'll see it. Maybe 2, I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. But hopefully by then I'd figure out where the fuck this person's house is so we can go live it up or something. I don't know. Alright, anywho. God, I don't want to drink. I hate drinking. I fucking despise it. I think it's... Oh, there it is. I'm fucking stupid. 13-minute walk? That ain't bad, dog. Okay, now I know where the fucking place is. Now I'm gonna go get my lemonade, and you will see me. Actually, I don't know where you'll see me. I will do a response to this video when it comes out. Right? How would that work? I'd film it now. You wouldn't see it for 2 years, 2 or 3 years. And then I give an update on that video. That's what I'll do. I do an update on my thoughts about the thoughts that I had in this video. God, that means I have to watch it back. I don't watch my shit back. I don't know if you know this, but I don't watch any of my videos back. I just film it and go from there. Because I don't think it's worth it. I don't like it. I don't like doing it. I don't like the way that I sound. I don't really like the way that I walk. That's not it. So, I don't really watch them back, and I don't really see the need to at all, ever. But anywho, that's it. Okay, now I'm gonna leave, and do something. Actually, yeah. Fuck, I don't want to go out tonight. This is stupid, but whatever. Anywho.